The member for Solomon.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Resources, Energy and North Australia. Will the Minister update the House on the visit to Australia today of the Executive Director of the International Energy Agency, Fatih Birol? And Minister, how will growing global demand for energy support jobs and growth in Australia?
I call the Minister for Resources and Northern Australia.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I acknowledge the member for Solomon because she more than most understands the importance of global energy markets to jobs and growth in her electorate, with the $50 billion Ichthys LNG project, which has created more than 6,000 jobs. Today, Dr Birol, the Executive Director of the IEA, was in Canberra to talk about the global energy outlook. And this followed a visit 2 weeks ago to Australia by the Indonesian Energy Minister and a visit tomorrow from the Indian Energy Minister. Importantly, Dr Birol reaffirmed Australia's place in the global energy supply chain as the #1 exporter of LNG by 2020 and the second largest exporter in the world of coal. And also, Dr Birol explained that despite the lower energy prices, that there is increasing global demand for energy. Global demand for energy will increase by a third between now and 2040. Demand for gas will increase by 50% between now and 2040. And even though coal will be a smaller proportion of the overall global energy mix, it will still increase demand by 10% between now and 2040. A reason for this growing demand for energy comes from our region, obviously China, Indonesia, Thailand, but also increasingly India. And India has around 300 million people who don't have access to electricity or little access to electricity. And already India's demand for energy has doubled since the year 2000. So the Indian Express has very much a long way to run. In addition to the increasing demand for fossil fuels, there's an increasing demand for renewable energy. And in 2014, half of the new energy power generation in the world came from renewable energy. And by 2040, 35% of the global energy mix will come from renewable energy, up from 22% today. And this is good news for Australia. And Dr Birol also praised Australia's contribution in Paris as both important and constructive. So, Mr Speaker, the member for Solomon is absolutely right that Dr Birol's visit today is highly important. He has reaffirmed Australia's role in the global energy supply chain. He has reaffirmed that this increased demand, particularly in our region, will create thousands of jobs into the future, billions of dollars worth of export income, and will also mean that we will continue to help millions of people be removed and alleviated from energy poverty throughout the world. Thank you.